my solution is, no, all those stories happen where they happen, when they happen, and they are affected by each other.
Oh, I see.
And so it's not the same mindset, but I think a similar hope that these things can be bigger, that we can do more cool things.
I see.
And now you have a modern audience that's used to time travel and shared universes and multiple genres interacting with each other. So let's use that to their advantage. And let's try and keep as much of the source material of something like the noir stories, the mystery stories, the horror stories, and imbue them and weave them into the books. So Conan will always be in the Hyborian Age, but we tease something like Blackstone. Blackstone there's literally a horror story by Robert E. Howard called The Blackstone. And it's like a Lovecraftian horror creepy story. But he uses Blackstone in a Cull story as well, and he uses Blackstone in a Kerwin and Conrad story. It's this material, this mysterious alien material that it's like do you know the term MacGuffin?
MacGuffin, yeah.
It's an occult MacGuffin. You can use it to cast spells or trap things or to make supernatural things happen. But there's never been Blackstone in a Conan story before. So now we're going to use it as that MacGuffin to start connecting pieces together, you know?
I see. So did you have this idea of tying all these characters since before Titan? Because the Serpent War...
Right. The Serpent War was almost like... It was something that Fred Malmberg definitely wanted, and I was excited about, because I love these other characters. Solomon Kane is so cool, and Dark Agnes is so fascinating and interesting, and that those characters have potential, but they don't have the pop culture cachet of Conan, but we can use him to raise them up and to bring that to a bigger audience. But here's what's really important. The main monthly Conan the Barbarian book is always in the Hyborian Age. None of this crossover stuff happens in the monthly book.
Okay.
We set up plot lines and iconography and mythology that we use in things like Battle of the Blackstone. But the main book, if you just read it month to month to month, you just get good, awesome adventure in the Hyborian Age or the Thurian Age, the very connected barbarian kind of stories with the character you love. But if you want to see more of the Robert E. Howard stuff, we've got things like the Blackstone miniseries or Savage Sword, where you can read a Solomon Kane story, where you're going to see more of these kind of pieces coming together. So it's sort of, hopefully, the best of both worlds. That if you're an old school Conan collector and all you want is Conan the Barbarian, you just read that monthly book and we'll give you your money's worth every month, I promise.
Okay.
But if you want a little more, we got some other cool stuff.
So it's a way to expand the universe of Conan.
And hopefully bring more people to Howard's works, because he is he's the father of sword and sorcery, and that's very precious, but he's more than sword and sorcery.
It is more.
He is a phenomenal, he was a phenomenal talent. He was a poet, and he was Westerns and even comedy kind of stories that I think people don't realize how good they are, because for better or for worse, this character is overshadowed everything else. And I say, yes, absolutely, Conan is my favorite, and I'm thrilled to bring you sword and sorcery, and I'll put my all into it. But don't forget about this. This stuff's cool too.
And that's why you're bringing all these characters in this new story that you're going to develop this fall.
Right.
We're going to see those comic books, but it's not inside the comic.
No, it's a separate miniseries. So it's called Battle of the Blackstone. And because we've already revealed who's in it, I can now say. So we've got, Solomon Kane, Dark Agnes, Kerwin and Conrad. They're always together, a pair. And then we've got El Borak, right? And James Allison. James Allison, like in Serpent War, he's such an interesting character because he already transcends time. He lives multiple lives and he remembers those lives. And one of those lives is in the Hyborian Age. And one of those lives is in the Thurian Age. And he has seen it all and experienced it and doesn't quite know what is real and what is a dream, But that reflects, these stories and these themes, they're cycles. There's a very famous Cull story. Those in the mirrors, Cull absorbs himself and he stares into the mirror and he sees alternate lives of himself. And then he realizes that maybe the person that's looking in the mirror is not the real one. Maybe the real one is one of the reflections. So these kinds of things, whether it's James Allison or Cull, these are things that Howard was always thinking about, and he was using them multiple times. Civilization versus barbarism. You know, who can you trust? The civilized man who will stab you in the back, or the barbarian who tells you you're going to die?
Oh my God, right? That's it's tough to decide.
It's amazing though. That's what's so cool about these stories is that these themes keep coming up over and over again, and it's our job, hopefully, to try to bring them to new. It's our job to bring them to new audiences and to give them hopefully an appreciation for that. There's more depth to these than just kill a wizard and save the princess stuff.
I thank you for the viewers of Santuario de los Comics.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me say something.
Okay.
None of this stuff happens without the readership. You guys are so important. When you read, when you share with each other, when you tell other people to buy the series, or you buy it as a gift and you give it to your friends and family, that's what makes the fan base grow. So thank you. You guys have made my dreams come true, and I couldn't ask for more.
Thank you so much, Jim. I'm so proud to shake your hands and know you and then talk about our favorite barbarian. Amigos del Santuario de los Comics, Jim Sub está aquí en Texas, en Cross Plains, en la casa de Robert E. Howard. Muchas gracias, amigos.